Good afternoon. My name is Regina Hatcher, and I am here with CurvyConnectMag.com with the founder and CEO of Full Figured Fashion Week, none other than Ms. Gwen DeVoe. We have been in the presence of her and her staff for the Houston leg of the casting for this year's Full Figured Fashion Week to be held in June in New York City. So we just wanted to go behind the scenes and chat with Ms. DeVoe about what were your expectations here?
Actually, well, first of all, thanks for having me.
No
Here
problem.
on CurvyConnect.com. We're happy to always be able to avail ourselves to media that cater, or if not cater, at least acknowledge the plight of the plus-size women. So we're here in Houston, we're having a great time, and our expectations were actually really high. And I'm happy to say at the end of the casting today, we are very, very pleased. For me, it's not always about numbers, but it's about quality. And we have seen some amazing ladies today. So I'm happy, my staff is happy, we're ready for cocktails.
Absolutely. Well, we are so glad that this leg of the trip was successful.
Very successful.
So how many other cities do you have to go before?
I think we have 4. We have Toronto, we have New York, we have Los Angeles, and we have Nashville,
Oh,
which
okay.
is a first time for us. Yeah.
Last year, if I'm not mistaken, you went to Dallas. This year, you chose to come to Houston. May I ask why?
Well, what it is we're trying to, after going to the same place for 2 and 3 years in a row, we like to switch it up a little bit. And Dallas and Houston are close to each other. We were in San Antonio one year as well. We just felt that we would like to give equal opportunity to all the surrounding cities. So if you drove from Dallas to Houston one time, then we'll switch it up a bit. And so it's just being neighborly. That's all it is.
Okay, great. This year marks year number 7.
Yes, lucky 7.
Yes, absolutely. Tell me a little bit about what makes Full Figured Fashion Week come together.
Oh boy. Well, what makes Full Figured Fashion Week come together, number one, is the excitement that we get from our guests. They start talking about it. Everyone's planning their outfits now. They're shopping. Stuff is getting made by designers. So, there's a lot of back-end story stuff to Full Figured Fashion Week that sometimes we don't even
All
know.
the curvy women around the world who are being empowered by the curvy movement per se, because you are trailblazing. And because of your launching the Full Figured Fashion Week, you're the reason why we're here. A lot, in so many ways. You're the reason why there's the curvy acceptance, the emergence of the curvy bloggers, this magazine, because you decided, you had an idea, you took it and you brought it to fruition. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I realize that my words are powerful. I realize that the things that I have done have been a framework, and it has added to the legacy of this movement. I realize that for a long time I didn't, because I was just doing, and then the Miss Gwens and the Miss DeVoe icon, and I kind of shy away from that stuff because I've actually been doing this for so long. You know how sometimes you get that one big break?
Right.
I've had a couple of breaks, but Full Figured Fashion Week was my big break.
Okay.
That was my launch. Everyone knows my name now, And so that's a great feeling, but I don't really, the whole icon thing, trailblazer, I get it, but I don't live it like that.
Okay.
Because I have been doing it for so long, and it's what I do. For years I've been connecting people and making connections and making sure that young women who want to own their own business, I've just been nurturing and doing this kind of thing just because. But now I can tell that I've had my actions and the work that I've done has had a huge impact on the industry. And if I never do another Full Figured Fashion Week again, I'm good. I'm good till the end. I've done enough.
Right.
I'm tired.
And right, and we know that this year almost didn't happen.
Yep.
And with that said, lastly, okay, so if Gwen DeVoe slides aside,
Yes.
is there someone else that can pick up and run with Full Figure Fashion Week?
Not like I do it.
Oh, no.
But of course, there's always people. I mean, there are other events that are similar to Full Figure Fashion Week, but the thing is that you can't duplicate an original. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's not patting myself on the back. That's patting the backs of my team members and the supporters. You always want to remember the original.
Right.
You know, and so yeah, I mean, I suppose there are other people that can do it. You just can't use my name. You have to call it something else.
Right.
But, you know, yes, you can. I would be, you know, kind of obnoxious to say nobody else can do it. But I would just say no one can do it like I can do it.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it from the original, Miss Gwen DeVoe, and we were so very happy to be able to speak with you. So very happy to have. Thank you so very much for allowing us to get this exclusive, and your time and the energy that you brought to Houston. We are eternally grateful. The best to you, and we are excited for what we're going to see in June. Excited for the young ladies here that may have been chosen and on their way to New York City. And thank you so very much, sir, for just supporting and what you do.
Thank you. Well, just a word to the ladies in Houston and the surrounding areas who drove and flew and carpooled and bused or whatever, however you got here. We were really impressed. Really, really impressed. So for our first time out to Houston, I would say that if there's a Full Figure Fashion Week next year, Houston might be on the tour list again because y'all did it like that.
All right. Well, you heard it from you heard it from the original. Thank you again for coming out. My name again is Regina Hatcher with KirbyConnectMag.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and we're looking forward to hearing from you.